Hey everyone. I wanted to share a message that was laid on my heart. And it's out of Psalm 73:26. It says, "My flesh and my heart may fail, but God is the strength of my heart, my portion forever." And I've read this and I guess it just never caught my attention as I was reading. But I was doing a Bible study, and this verse came back to me, and I read it again. And I guess maybe that's just the part where the Bible is a living word for whatever season of life that we're in. And I've been in a ton of different seasons in a short amount of time. And that's okay, because with each season I grow. And sometimes it's taken me a little bit more time to understand that this is just a growing season, rather than me just sitting down and being sad that I'm dealing with whatever is thrown at me. But tonight I want to talk about that verse, and I have the title of Falling Apart. And recently I've been in a time that I just feel like I might be falling apart. That maybe, I feel like my plan has been falling apart. And me personally, falling apart. Maybe just not as strong as I should be in taking what life's thrown at me, I feel like. But let me read the verse one more time. It's Psalm 73:26. And it says, "My flesh and my heart may fail, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever." We'll face trying times in our lives where we think we're falling apart. Times when we can only notice everything going on around us is just crashing down. Times when our body wants to give up the fight, so we lay in our sorrow for days, only moving when we have to. Times when our heart only feels hurt, like a storm cloud has settled over our heads and won't go away. When we only want to cry because we don't see any light, because the darkness we have let overcome us. In all of these times, we need to remember there is a but God waiting to come in our story. So in times when you think that, just like the verse says, my flesh may fail. So when you feel like your body just can't take another hit, I just can't take another sickness upon me. I can't take another, body part hurting me to the point where I can't move. And it says my heart may fail, to where our hearts don't see happiness. Our hearts aren't seeing joy. Our hearts are only seeing sadness and devastation. And that's not of God. Those emotions aren't of God. He wants us to be joyful, happy, rejoicing. So that's fail, we may physically fail in our flesh and also in our heart. We may fail and not be joyful through in the hard times and the good times. We're not always joyful, always. So my flesh and my heart may fail, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever. But there is a but God moment waiting for us, waiting to come into our story, but we have to allow it. We have to allow the but God in that verse is the strength of my heart. The but God is the strength of my heart in those times when our flesh and our heart fail. That's when we need to pray even harder, because we can't muster up one more strength for our own selves, but God can. He's our strength to carry us when we can't walk, or when we feel like there's no happiness left in our hearts. He will show us the love we need to feel during our sorrow. My flesh and my heart may fail, but God is the strength of my heart, my portion forever. So He is the strength of my heart. He's going to give us the strength that our heart needs to carry on. He's going to give us the strength that our heart needs to put one foot in front of the other, to find a way to smile through the tears, to be able to recognize light in darkness, and to be able to see a way out of the tunnel that we may be facing. You may think that you're falling apart, but there is someone waiting for you to call out to Him, ready to receive the strength that you need. So, the Word says that we're going to have these times. There's no doubt about it. When my flesh and my heart may fail, we're going to have those times. You may be walking through that right now, when your flesh, your body, your flesh is failing you, and your heart is eat up with sorrow, with sadness, with depression. You can't see happiness. All you see is the bad situation you're in. We're going to have those times. But what we need to recognize is the Word also tells us there is a but God is the strength of my heart. That's what we need to focus on. That second part of that verse, the comma, but. That means there's hope. But there's hope for you. But there's answers for you. But you're going to get through this. You may be laying down in a dog pit, but there's a way out. So if you're in that pit right now of darkness, of failing, fleshly or your heart failing, let's focus on the comma, but God is the strength of my heart. I hope this has helped someone, because it really spoke to me when I saw it this way and it clicked like a light. I needed this. I've been going through, you know, these issues. You know, my flesh and my heart have been failing me, and the person that I want to be. And I needed to read this verse with this is going to happen. This is going to happen. But God is the strength of my heart. So I don't have to be strong. I just got to know who makes me strong. I may not be happy right now in what I'm dealing with, but that's all right, because I don't have to be strong. I just have to know who makes me strong and who makes my heart strong and who is going to make my flesh and my heart have the strength to make it through this tunnel that I'm going through, to make it on the other side. Hopefully this has helped someone. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day.